Hello and welcome back to Everybody Loves Raiken, our 5th edition live play that meets every Tuesday night. Last time, the party finished their fight against the mind-controlled animated trees and the yuan tea they had been made to serve. With the animated trees, the guardians of the Forest of Bala, back in control of their own facilities, they made apologies to the party for attacking them, and explained that they would love to help, and they can take the party to the Temple of Bala where the scale is kept, but they are certain that the scale has been taken, and that there is not to find. As they were approaching, a green dragon broke from the sky and began descending toward them, at which point the animated trees urged the party to seek shelter within the temple while they handled the dragon. And the party found within it's not really a maze so far, but it has been a multi-tiered stone structure its age is very apparent, as the stone walls have been broken by roots as they claw their way in from without, and they have found an old puzzle lock on a lower door as they entered a corridor on their so far lowest achieved level of this buried old temple. In this corridor, there was a collapsed hallway, a locked door, and an open doorway at the end of the corridor. Deciding that this is a dungeon full of loot, Vendar insisted on figuring out the door puzzle and exploring this side room. The door puzzle, though, proved to be greatly challenging of the intellect, and his thumb was deeply sliced, and he lost his thumbnail to a blade trap within it for getting it wrong. They tried again with a mage hand, and again the puzzle managed to outsmart even Laramendus, and poofed the mage hand with that blade. And finally, Vendar remembered that he has the magic lockpicks, said, alright, fuck this, and went at the door with the magic lockpicks, which forced open the mechanical lock by solving it magically. As they began to enter the room, Leah, Yukikaze, and Vendar quickly found themselves face to face with an old nemesis, as the stone floor burst open, permitting the entry into this ancient space, to this dire bulette, in the words of Vendar's mind, as it's a bulette that seems beefy. And so we rejoin the party amidst combat, as the bulette has leapt toward the door, smashing back Leah and Vendar. Cyrus pushed his way into the room and immediately fell victim to an ooze concealed on the ceiling of the dark space. And as it falls upon him, you're going to see that it engulfs him. As it drops to the floor, you're just going to see this bubble that seems to represent Cyrus covered in the ooze form out of this puddle, otherwise this puddle of black ooze. And finally the bubble, you can see it parts of it like poking out, and like these wobbly surface of it as seemingly Cyrus struggles beneath. And finally the bubble like bursts, and the ooze flows down to join the rest of the puddle, and you just see this degloved skeleton standing there amidst the ooze, staring at the party with hollow eyes. And it stands there motionless for a moment before it brings up its left hand, bony, and gives you a little wave, its finger bones rattling, and it just crumbles into the puddle and disappears.
I thought it was going to flip us off.
I thought it was a thumbs up or something. Are we on telepathic bond, or are we?
Yeah, we're still on fun.
Yeah. So we were on the 2-hour-long telepathic bond right before we came here. So.
Yeah. So you're like 5 minutes into that bond, tops, I think.
Yes, it's been like 4 sessions, but those were all in combat, so...
Yep.
I can see... Can I see that from here, where I am?
You know what, actually, I think you are further into it than that because of the discussions in Sylvan, which are slow. I would say probably you're 20 minutes to a half hour into the 2 hours. Also.
Reasonable.
Jump, sorry, can you see what?
This is where the slime was.
Let's see, yeah, looks like...
His face is...
Yeah, it looks like, you are one of the people who caught that skeletal gaze and the wave.
That's Yukikaze.
Yukikaze's there, but you're stood behind him, over his shoulder.
Well...
Between his legs, more like.
Yeah, like under his elbow.
Sure. Yeah. I'm gonna say that while, he might present an obstacle to ranged attacking, giving you, disadvantage for half cover or whatever, giving them the +2 AC for half cover, whatever the rule there is, you can still see well enough around him, ducking and looking under his arm or such, that you did witness this, yes.
I can't tell if that's... I don't know. Is Cyrus dead, or is he gone again? I can't tell anymore.
Well, he was a skeleton for a very short time and made a sort of wave gesture at us. I don't think that would happen if he just died.
Yeah, if he was actually melted to bone, I don't think he would have been able to wave at us.
I don't know what's happened to him, but he's been melted before. He might just be experienced.
So you just got to do it more often. You can do more while you're a skeleton.
Yeah, you just get used to it,
It sure loves disappearing at inconvenient times.
And in very upsetting manners.
Well, that might be a good thing for him in this instance, since looks like he had an ooze dropped on him. But bad for us because now that ooze is going to come for us.
Well, we would have had to kill the ooze anyway.
Alright. So, given the description of Cyrus' departure has been given, if you are ready, we can jump back in at, as is our tradition, Gikaze's turn.
It's freaking crap. Don't know how you do it.
Magic. I'm just really good at what I do.
Alright, time to christen the new dice.
Christmas.
Oh, some new dice.
Time to Christmas some new dice.
I posted pictures.
Where?
The
I didn't
shiny
see
ones?
them.
Yeah, the shiny ones. We're gonna see.
Go look at that.
It was when we were talking about how they were big and sharp, and I was like, I'm fine with big, I don't like sharp.
What channel so I can look while you're doing this?
D&D shenanigans, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna take a look.
So I'm gonna move up to this thing and I'm just gonna strike it.
Okay.
Oh.
I have my shield out, so it's just one weapon.
Oh, so you're going one weapon shield now?
Yeah, because I had the shield illuminated.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. You are sword and board now, so you have, what is that, one more point of AC and, or is it two? 2 more points of AC, but you only get to make 3 attacks. Only.
Alright, so does a 21 hit?
It would be helpful if I was looking at the monster stats. Un momento, por favor. Dire Bullets. AC. What was your to hit?
21.
21. A 21 is going to glance off of its hard carapace and redirect into the ground.
Alright. And how about a 30?
A 30 will manage to find purchase in this thing's hide.
Alright, so that will be 13 magical slashing.
13 magical slashing. Wow, I'd forgotten how much you guys had beaten the crap out of this thing. Oh, wow. It's actually already got a lot of damage on it, doesn't it?
Apparently, my astral projection dice is not doing as well as my thunder wave.
Thunder wave's good.
That
spell.
15 to hit.
A 15 to hit will miss.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Now, you didn't use any maneuvers.
No.
Or you want to keep it that way?
We just entered the dungeon, so.
Alright, and that's fine, and it is your choice. I will remind you that your character is aware.
I do know I have Relentless, which gives me back a maneuver every time I start a new combat.
Not that one. Your character is aware that Laramentus told you he has a spell that'll let you get your shit back.
Oh yeah, there was that. I forgot that. That's okay.
Okay.
You do know it gives me
plenty of time,
but
there's plenty of time.
Stuff is useful.
Alright. That is fine. That is fine. Alright, it's time for the beast! You two are right in front of it.
As we should be.
Indeed. It is going to make a couple of attacks. It is going to lash out with its big diggers. So it's right in front of it. It's going to make a strike at Yukikaze first. Scoring a 22 to hit.
Yukikaze.
Negative.
Right, then it's going to make a strike at Raiken. Scoring...
I guess he'll still follow through, but Raiken is going to use Sentinel as well.
Okay, so you're going to smack him?
Yeah.
Alright, roll it.
Yeah, that does happen before it hits you.
I did not smack him.
You did not smack it.
I smacked him and it did nothing.
Oh. Whap! Like, don't do that. Okay. Raiken, he got a 31 to hit. So that misses, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
roll the damage.
Roll the
tell
damage.
me the damage.
Alright. That is going to be 30 points of slashing damage.
Jesus Christ.
And then I get to roll evensy oddsy. Yuki, do you want to be evensies or oddsies?
I'm an oddball.
You're an oddball. Okay. Well, it's even, so... Guess that means you're lucky being an oddball. Raiken, it's attacking you again.
However, okay, it did hit the first time.
Uh-huh.
So, my, shield will also do damage unless it's,
Immune to poison?
immune.
Let's
Yes.
see. It is not immune to poison. How much damage does it take?
4 points of poison damage.
Alrighty. It is bloody. Just like it rolls to hit you with a third attack, which is a 29.
Yes.
Okay. That is going to do 45 points of piercing damage. As
Holy!
it literally just leans forward, this giant spike-toothed maw, this beak, and just clamps it down on you.
Alright, well, I'm bloody.
You find your entire torso inside this creature, at least momentarily.
And it does 1 point of poison damage.
Okay. Shield, do better! I guess I will also just run this as the baddie's turn. So, this ooze is going to start oozing. Are you there? You are. What's your movement? Ah, your movement's cool.
So it's cruising.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Cruising the world.
Hola, Yukikaze.
Big you, slime. I don't want to be gross.
Well, it's going to reach out a nasty pseudopod at you.
Just no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to know something, but no, I got you. All right, let's see here.
Don't do it, Justin.
I'm gonna do it, Mal.
Don't
Take
do
your,
it.
take your lumps, Yukikaze. Raiken did.
Oh, goodness.
That's a
Before you do this, I would like you to know I would prefer you not to.
That's
You're
a,
you're the masochist, not me.
that's a 19 to hit.
What the hell?
They all keep rolling single digits against him.
You just see you guys, you were like, oh, Steely, oh.
Just fancy footwork dodging away from this nasty.
He has a disgusted face on his look. Very disgusted.
Alright, it's going to try once more. And it got even lower.
I'm
I
okay
hate
with
you.
that.
I hate you so much.
Jeez.
Look, the dice just want to prove that Raiken can take a beating and like still keep going.
Yeah, he kind of has to. He's bloody already.
Takes a beating, keeps on eating. Wait, what?
He can always grow up himself some points back.
Yeah, just grope yourself some points back. Vendar, you're up.
He will after this battle.
How hurt does the heal at look?
It's past bloodied. It looks pretty hurt.
Is it worth it to use poisons?
Well, you saw it was not immune. I didn't say it was resistant either.
It would suck if I used poison and would have died from a regular attack, but I should use it. Don't want to be a Raiken.
You sure you don't want to save it for later?
I still got plenty. Alright, I'll use my bonus action to activate poison, and then I'll take a shot at it.
Okay. It is a guy adjacent to it, so you get sneak attack.
Oh, and I got a 26 to hit.
26 will? It will hit. This is narrow, though.
He's got high AC.
It really does. This thing, it looks like a tank.
Like Raiken.
Well, I don't think.
I mean,
it
yeah,
will
but
survive
cooler.
this.
Wow.
Yeah! Does Raiken look like a land shark?
He looks cooler than a land shark.
This thing should have gone in and fucked up the back line. Too bad it's not that smart. What's the total there?
Still counting. It's 45 lightning damage.
45 lightning damage. This Bulette does not seem immune nor resistant nor weak to that.
And 41 poison damage.
Alright. I'll tell you this now because it was really funny to me. Before the poison, it had 1 HP left.
I guess it was worth it then. One short.
Yep. It was amazing. I'm like, wow, that took it right to its last hit point. They're like, and 41 poison. I'm like, okay, that'll do it.
Good decision.
Man, he went paws up in the food bowl. Okay. You moving, doing anything else?
No, I'll just stay where I am.
Alright, Jeb.
That's me. No, this guy's dead now, so.
Yeah, but then there's that nice slime there.
Yeah. Nice goopy slime. Trying to be friends with Yukikaze.
I think he's succeeding. He hasn't managed to hit Yukikaze yet.
I'm going casting his spell.
Alright, it does not stop you.
It has to make a deck save.
Alright, let's find out how good. Let's find out how good it is at those.
It beats a 21.
Uses are notoriously dexterous.
It does not beat a 21. Shut up, Sam! You leave my poor ooze alone! My goopy boy!
Like, Laramantis can't even see it.
You hit. What happens?
Fairy fire. So, attacks on it have advantage. Oh.
I feel like slime should be very dexterous.
And somehow they're not.
Yeah, as long as you have advantage in attack roll.
Alright. It's got fairy fire on it. It is now shedding dim light for 5 feet around it, and anybody who attacks it, attacks as AC, gets advantage.
I'm not gonna lie.
Huh?
For a second, I thought you said it's shitting dim light. I'm like, oh wow,
so
that's the weird.
I'm
Fairy
taking
fire.
it, Jebel, that you burst your fairy fire, like, over here.
Yeah. I was going to do it so they hit both, but then because I died, so.
Alright, so are you putting it there, or are you still keeping it over here?
But anyway, that it hits the slime.
Well, it matters to
It
me.
doesn't
Tell
hit.
me what square you want it on.
Well, I'm gonna corner it on the
Alright, you're gonna make it cornered on there?
yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I'd say what 50 foot.
It's 15, right?
Each object in a 20-foot cube.
20 foot. This. Alright, well, this one also gets hit. You see another one on the ceiling, still up on the ceiling, starts glowing.
Ah, there we go.
So now you are aware that there are 2 slimes in here.
I'm going to also just take a step to the left, then
Okay.
wait. And that is my turn.
Okay. Leah.
The enemy I was targeting died.
It seems so. It went kaput.
It's now as gooey as the slime next to it.
I know that there is more because you mentioned that in...
Yes. Yukikaze made a big show of movement and noise trying to avoid attacks from it.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to move there because then I can see it.
Yeah, he seemed incredibly unwilling to be touched by it. Honestly, it's just mean slime.
I think once the second slime is found out, I think one of Raiken or Yukaze would probably acknowledge that there's a second one.
Yeah, I'm gonna Endish Blast.
Oh man. Alright, cast it.
The big surprise coming from a Warlock.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't predict it.
Who could have seen it coming?
No. Oh no, Eldritch Blast, I never thought I'd see the day.
Now my greatest weakness, Eldritch Blast.
first is 25.
25 to hit.
Yep.
Ooh, you hit just barely. I just keep just. Wait.
Just barely.
Heck, this has high AC as well.
No, hold on. I'm sorry. I was still thinking about my dire bullets AC. This thing has shitastic AC, so you hit. But not just barely.
Yeah, I was wondering how much AC a blob could have. I was like,
You know, it's extremely dexterous and very happy to be here.
well, that's min damage. 8.
8 points of force. Let's see how these guys handle force damage. Force damage. That appears to deal full damage. You do 8 points of force damage. Alright.
Okay. Blast number 2.
Alright.
It's 23.
23 will hit.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's maximum. 17.
17. Okay, and third one?
16 to hit.
Hit.
Okay. 13.
Huh? Not bad.
No, oops. I clicked the wrong thing. But yeah, you know,
Okay.
anyway. No, it does that. I clicked the wrong thing.
Alright,
It's multiple attack
anything
things.
else?
Let's see. I'm going to move back here so that I don't block. line of
Did
sight
you
for
ever
target.
drop concentration on Hex? Because you're not required to when battle ends.
Am I not?
You can
How long
concentrate if you wanted to on Hex
How
for up
long
to
can I
24
concentrate
hours
on
at this level.
Oh, yikes. Then I guess I can move Hex.
Yeah,
I haven't realized.
okay. You were rolling those attacks with advantage, right?
I will not. I didn't know. I didn't know I should.
Yeah, it's fairy fired, so
yeah.
you have advantage.
Shall I just see if I know them very crits?
So, is it gonna have Hex moved to it?
Sure, yeah. I can.
Hex has been moved to it. And, is that all?
Yep.
Okay. Lara Mendes.
Okay.
This thing has fairy fire and also Hex on it.
Hex is irrelevant to me.
I know.
But
I'm just letting you know. There's
Oh,
be magic over there.
There's
the ability is dexterity.
You're mean.
yeah, that's just rude.
You now have disadvantage on your -3.
I think I can see it well enough with Spell Sniper to be able to hit it right here.
Oop. Yes.
It would probably have half cover, but Spell Sniper. So
Yeah.
I am going to cast a spell.
Point of view from this little blob is really sad because it's just the 3 of you standing outside the door pointing weapons at it.
Bullies. That is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay.
And this is like
It
dire
was-
pudding. I upped its AC, and it still has jack shit.
I used Chill Touch, which is necrotic damage.
Okay, and it can't heal. Necrotic damage. She did force. She's the only one who's hit it so far.
necrotic.
Necrotic damage. Okay.
I mean, if its AC is lower than 15, I will hit. No, as long as I'm not getting a 1.
Well, that's mostly what I'm checking for whenever I'm asking for hits on these things.
That is 17 points of necrotic damage.
17 points of necrotic. Okay, it doesn't seem to resist, be immune, or be vulnerable to necrotic.
And then I'm going to move back to here.
Alrighty.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Raiken, you are up. It's over on the other side of Yukikaze, but, you know, you can just climb over this dead dire bulette to get over there.
Vault over it. Do the acrobatics. You know you want to.
This
It is
melting
slowly
bulette.
melting into goo, yeah.
The pudding hasn't yet started eating it, but, you know.
The other one's very tempted.
Raiken will climb over the melting bulette.
Alright. I'll just call it difficult terrain. 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Get here if you're okay with that, or you can move further because you've got 5 more feet.
Raiken is going bullet hiking.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay.
I was like, he's trying to climb over some of them. He's just kind of like mushing through some of it,
Yeah.
covered in purple.
Your
goo.
foot does like go through in a place that it shouldn't have.
Your little toe claws are momentarily jammed between its ribs.
Okay, so I have
Squelch of its
advantage.
lungs. You have advantage. That is correct.
I will attack. Za!
Attaque!
That is a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
Alright. It's about time. I think I'm just gonna do normal. Huzzah! That will be 12 points of non-magical silvered slashing.
Alright. I have bad news.
It is resistant to it.
It is immune to slashing
Immune.
damage. So further, there have 2 more pieces of bad news.
Oh no.
When you hit it with your melee attack, dragging your axe through its oozy body, it is going to splash its acid upon you, dealing 7 points of acid damage. And your poor, trusty axe that has been with you this entire time is scarred by going through the pudding. And it has a permanent and cumulative -1 penalty to damage rolls. Now, permanent just means that, like, you can't magic it away. You can take it to, like, a smith to fix it. Or, you know, use your own skill to try to repair it if you had training and such. But for the rest of combat, it's at a -1 to its damage rolls.
Alright.
As you see this, like, the splash of black ooze, like, cut across it, you know, in, like, this wave pattern on the blade, and it just, you hear the hissing, you can see it bubbling, and the steam rising off of it, and you quickly shake the weapon, you can see there's just this scorch there. It's kind of a cool-looking wave, but definitely damaged.
You really need a magic axe.
I'm proud of him for going this long without a magic weapon. He's cool enough he doesn't need one.
Could have asked
Still
Elliot to
does-
make him one a long time ago, and he didn't.
Still does 3 radiant damage.
Does still do 3 radiant damage. Alrighty. And then actually there is a 4th piece of bad news.
What's the 4th?
Let's see. This large slime, I should have had it as a large slime, it's now 2 medium slimes, splits in half right before you. to equal halves as you drag your axe through it, leaving the axe damaged, but dealing radiant damage.
I guess, Raiken's just gonna hang out there then.
Okay. You're not gonna attack it again, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to say anything to the party, perhaps?
It's a giant one now?
They were always large. I had them blopped in at the wrong size. They're large creatures to start with.
But there's the third?
Yeah, when Raiken hit it with his axe just now, it split in two.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, Raiken will, announce to the group. The slime hurt my axe, and it split into two. There's now another one. I'm no use against these creatures.
Gotta start casting spells.
Breath weapon. You can still do that.
I thought about doing breath weapon before I moved, but
You can still hit two slimes.
I can't now. I already attacked.
Oh, fair. That's right. I forgot. It's not a bonus action.
It really should be.
Right? I think it was a
For the
bonus
amount of
action.
damage it does.
Laramendes, do you know how to fight these things?
Magic seems to be effective.
Yes, just don't try to cut him up.
So, Yukikaze's turn.
Okay. Yukikaze.
I don't want to touch no slime.
Okay. Don't touch
So
it, though. Nobody's making you
Cannot
do
touch
anything.
that. And they're on a nice convenient line for you.
Grossness. Super grossness. Let's see.
Raiken just told you that cutting them makes them into more slimes.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna. I still have the Bullet right next to me, right?
It's dead.
Oh, what? Okay.
It
I
got
think it's a good one, Matthew.
it got annihilated.
Yeah, because he said he only had one life left. Yes. Okay.
And that was before the poison.
Yeah, it was before the poison. Yep, I remember. Okay, so slashing this is not good news. Well, that's son of a bleep.
You got a breath weapon.
Well, I do have a breath weapon.
And they are conveniently in a line.
Yeah, but his is a cone, though.
Yeah, and
Catch
there's a-
Yukikaze in the cone. Catch Raiken in the cone. Jesus.
There's a Raiken in the cone.
I mean, you could definitely aim it off to the other side if you wanted to. Look at this. Boop, boop. Look at that.
Smite. Even smite will still count as slashing, won't it? With the one if I smite it with my, because smite applies to the.
If you smite it with a slashing weapon, it will still deal slashing damage.
Yes.
The smite will be radiant damage,
Yeah.
but you will have dealt slashing damage.
Yeah, no, you'll get
Punch
the
it?
radiant damage.
Yeah, you could punch
no-
it.
But yeah, no slash damage. You'll be-
Man, I don't have any blunt weapons. Why?
You can punch it,
Your hand is a blunt weapon.
That's
and
like
it's encased in magic armor.
that's a Raiken move.
You could kick it.
Do you have a
The
piercing
foot is also
weapon?
encased in magic armor.
You could pelvic thrust at it.
That's piercing.
I mean, I was thinking with the cod piece still on, which would go back to bludgeoning. I guess it depends on the shape of the cod piece.
You also would have seen that when he sliced it, he took acid damage. So for all we know, if you punch it, your hand could just go through it, and then you take
Yeah, but
more
he
acid.
wants to take acid damage
Yeah,
because
but-
acid is a draconic damage type.
I have magic armor. It's
true.
okay.
That doesn't
You can
save you
absorb
from the
acid
damage, though, unless your armor is that tight.
No, because it can absorb it in the shield. Because acid is a draconic type.
It's true.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Just
you are
start-
wielding the shield.
They just beat it with the shield.
Punch, yeah, just slam it over the head with the shield.
Isn't that a paladin skill? Shield bash.
I mean, I think there's a feat to do
There's a
it,
feat that
but
lets you do
like
it.
you can just make an unarmed strike using the shield effectively.
Put your sword away and two-hand the shield.
No, well, Tristan was nice enough to draw out the conal that will safely not hit Raiken. So I rolled the
Your
damage.
sense of adventure.
So no, I'll do the breath.
They have to do con against cold breath, right? Oh shit, your breath is cold and fire, isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm still attuned to fire.
So what you're telling me is that you
That's
have blast breath.
Maybe.
Oh, it's been too long. Like I didn't get the reference.
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about Warframe.
Yeah! Blast breath.
Freaking exploding kunai, kill yourself with them.
Yeah, I did that. Alright, so, you're going to send... So that means they need to do a con. Yeah.
Does it damage? Do I roll for damage for it and it applies to all of them? Or do I roll?
You roll 1 damage. They're going to try and make saves. Your base breath save type is con, though, right?
Yep.
Okay. We're just gonna go with that. So the save type doesn't change, but it gets added damage types. Okay. Con plus 3. Alright, so one of them scored a 17. One of them scored a hell of a lot less than that, an 11. And the third one got a 20. Okay. What's your DC?
16.
16. Okay, and it's saved for half, right?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so 2 of them saved for half. It was the big one and the front one. I'll just go in that order. So what is half the damage?
Let's see.
Or what is the full damage?
Full damage was 5 plus 12. I didn't roll very hot. So 12 damage total, so 6 for half.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, Sam, for the amount of damage, and you're certain that you're at the rolling the right number of dice for the level and all that.
I believe so. It's 5 d6s.
Yeah, that's the max amount.
You got screwed
You
by
only
that
rolled
roll.
I
12
did.
and 5d6, that sucks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, well, first one's gonna take 6.
What does the fire do for having it? If it's dual element?
Oh, okay, so what it does is it means that the end result damage is dual type. So what this means is that you're dealing 6. It's not like 6 cold and 6 fire, or 12 cold and 12 fire. It's 12 cold fire damage. So it's tagged with both cold and fire. So you're lucky because these things are immune to cold damage. But because because the damage type is also fire, they still take the full damage from it because they're not immune to fire.
Gotcha, yeah.
So that's why you're lucky, because even if they're immune to one, if they're not immune to the other, they get hit by it for full damage.
Mm-hmm.
Contradiction of cold and fire.
Yeah.
Well-
No, it's great.
What was your DC?
16.
Doesn't cold burn sometimes?
I mean, it feels like it's burning.
How many
gives you
dots
the same,
It's
Very
there.
good.
It's con. Because his breath weapon is cold. Its base save is con.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because mine's Dex, and I'm like,
Yeah.
they have to hit a 20 to actually not get hit by.
Yeah, but his isn't Dex. 6 points there. So, like, you kind of see them, like, the cold damage seems to, like, roll over them, and they don't seem affected. Then the fire hits, and they just... You see, like, the outer layer of the pudding, crusts like a creme brulee, and then peels off to the ground in this, oozy, semi-gelatinous mass, and there's like a new skin of ooze underneath, and it kind of like shivers in anger at you. Alright, anything else? That was your action. Do you want to move?
No, I'm frontline here, so I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay, you stay where you are. It is the bad guy's turn. So, given that you've moved, it's split. That's looking the way it is. Start with 1. I think 1's going to start trying to hit. Continue trying to hit Yukikaze. Which is...
Look, he's holding his shield way in front of him.
Yep. Alright, that is 20 to hit.
Nope.
Alright, let's
Get out of here.
again. Okay, you finally rolled double digits. That is a 31 to hit.
You little SOB.
I was hoping it was going to be like a 10 on die when you're like double digits.
Oh, gosh. Alright, so with a 31, this is going to deal... 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And 22 points of acid damage.
Ugh.
Also, all for you.
Well, so the shield that you're using, because you're attuned to the full set, has the ability to absorb draconic elements, which acid is. And it halves the damage and stores the other half.
Oh, when hit by an attack including draconic damage type, make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Okay, there you go. So, make a Constitution save. I feel like you can hit a 15.
Take half total damage and store the remainder. On a fail, take full damage before applying weaknesses, resistance, store nothing. Okay.
I'd literally only need to roll a 2 if I had that.
You do have Raiken's bonus, so you're +3.
And fighters actually have Constitution as one of their saving throws.
So, very unlikely for you to fail.
You say that, and magic will happen.
I will point out that when you roll a 1 on a saving throw, it still just take the total. It's not like an attack.
Alright.
You can't critically fail a saving throw unless it says if you fail by 5 or more, or whatever they like to say.
I got a 16.
You got 16. Alright, so that means that you make it. It does sound like magic tried to happen.
Yeah, I did roll pretty low.
What is your con save?
8.
So 11 with Raiken's bonus.
Well, I didn't even apply Raiken's bonus to the end score, so I just said 16.
Okay,
that was my raw.
19.
19. Yeah. Alright. Nice. So you make it, so you can take, instead of taking 22 points of...
Take 11
acid,
and 10.
Take 11, and then store 11.
Well, the 10 for the bludgeon, so 21
Yeah.
total.
Yeah.
Okay.
But definitely mark down in your notes or whatever that you have 11 damage stored in the shield right now.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, because I got the once per day to unleash it.
Yeah, so, like, as the attack comes in, Yukikaze holds up the dragon scale in front of him, and the acidic tentacle slams against it. You see him recoils from the hit, but as he does so, you can see the shield glows with this purple light, and you see that acid get pulled in between the scales that are carved into its surface. It drinks it up. Alrighty. Raiken. Raiken. Things are going to get rough for you for a sec.
You know, they're only gonna get rough for me for a sec if you roll well, like you have been against me.
Like I haven't been against Yuki.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a nat 1. That misses. And that's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So
let me know if it's immune to poison, though.
alright. That is 10 points of bludgeoning damage, 22 points of acid damage, but because your armor is magical, it does not dissolve.
Alright. And shield does 3 poison damage.
3 poison damage to 1A. It does not seem resistant or immune or vulnerable to poison.
Oh, very useful information for me. Thanks for getting hit.
It's the only thing that Raiken's good for in this battle.
Oozy slime! Alright, so this one's going to try to attack. Same thing! Pseudopod, go! 28.
Yep.
Alright, 10 bludgeoning, which you can reduce, and 22 acid.
Alright.
Return damage poison.
6.
Nice. Maximizing. And a 23 to hit.
That will miss.
Alright, you managed to...
Barely.
you managed to avoid 2 of the hits.
If it didn't hit, or if it did hit, I would have been down.
Oh my goodness. Alright, that is all of the enemies. Vendar.
Okay. Can I see them all from here? Yeah?
Yes. Actually, this one would have moved up onto the bulette so that it could start dissolving what's left of the bulette and still attack Yukikaze. But other than that, yes, that's what everything looks like.
And they're all fairy fired still?
All of the visible ones. Yeah, this one's split off, so I believe it would also be fairy fired still. Yeah, all 3 of the ones you can see are fairy fired.
Alright. I'll shoot one of the ones attacking Raiken.
Okay.
The little one.
Little one, go
Other
for
one.
it.
Not roll particularly well. It's 20 to hit.
20 to hit will hit.
Alright. I roll my 20-some die.
Are you using the lightning string?
Yes, I am.
Let me save you some time. It's immune to lightning.
Motherfucker.
Well, that saves me some time.
Sorry, I didn't realize that when I suggested your breath weapon edit. I wasn't trying to get you to waste your time. I was just trying to think of ways you could attack it without using a slashing weapon. It just
Alright, well that's 40 poison damage then.
40 poison damage. Well, Raiken.
I mean, like, we would have had to have found out.
Some way.
We wouldn't have known.
Yeah. Nah. You splatter that slime. The little split off thing very clearly had still whatever it got only a portion of the remaining HP of the total. Alright, anything else?
I don't think I can do anything else.
Alrighty.
Nope.
Jebble!
That is me.
It's
I'm going to... Let me see. I want to try and move into the room to see... 5... The doorway's not...
The doorway counts as
difficult
5 as well. So it's 5 to move over, 5 to move into the doorway. So that's 10, and then 15.
Where the hell did I just go?
Slightly up.
Yeah, you're like inside the doorway roof.
There you go. That's 15.
That's 20. I move up there. That's 25 feet of movement.
Yep, correct.
What do I know about these things?
Oozes, you may roll
Yeah.
nature.
With nature, that is a 22.
22, very nice. Let's see. With a 22 in nature, you know that, this is a, matured black pudding, which is a type of ooze. Oozes are a category of creature, that originated from a demon, and spilled out of hell into the material plane, and are now able to propagate themselves naturally, and have been part of the world long enough that they're just considered natural, even though they very much aren't. In general, their bodies are acidic, and they feed by simply flowing over organic materials and breaking them down, though they are perfectly capable of breaking down inorganic materials, like swords and stone, given a bit more time. You know that they don't need to sleep. You know that they are capable of... they have no ocular bodies, so they do not see, but they are capable of blind fighting, and they have a blind sense that lets them see at least 50 feet out. You know that they are immune to acid, because they're made of it. They're immune to cold and lightning, as you saw just now, and they are indeed immune to slashing damage, and you have now seen with the proof of your own eyes that slashing them literally just breaks them into 2 separate bodies, which evenly divides their mass between the two. Which means it evenly divides their remaining HP as well. And they become 2 separate entities capable of attacking independently. Those are kind of the immediately important stuff, but you also know that these things dropped from the ceiling in here, so you're aware that they are able to spider climb surfaces as well.
Okay.
Yeah. You know that, like I said, they will corrode anything given time, and so if you're fighting them with non-magic armor or non-magic weapons, those items are at risk during the fight.
Yeah.
You know that they are effectively non-sentient. They just roam around and eat.
On the large one.
They have an intelligence of 1.
Because you can't have 0.
Effectively, yeah. They have an impressive amount of wisdom, honestly. Because it's not 1.
They gotta be able to see their food.
Yeah. But yeah, they are very slow moving in general. Now these ones have aged and grown a bit, so they're a bit faster, but their dex is still for crap. Their con is very decent because they're literally just amorphous blobs able to take punishment, and they're very strong. They can wrap around things and just pull things apart. But yeah. Is there any further information that I haven't given you that you would have wanted with a nature roll?
No, I think that covers it.
Okay. Good nature roll. Now, you are adjacent to one of the fairy-fired slimes. Would you like to do anything with your action?
Not to that one. I want to target the large one.
Okay. What would you
Spell.
like to do? You may cast a spell that can't stop you.
Con save.
On save.
Fortunate.
It got a 14.
Oh, that misses. That is 40.
40 points of necrotic
40.
damage. It's not bloodied, but you do see that the guy you target visibly shrinks as you pull moisture out of its body, and you can see bits of the ooze kind of like dry and crack off to the ground, turning into a fine powder, a fine green powder on the ground, as you extract the moisture from its body.
Now it does more acid damage, though, because you've distilled it a little bit.
You've concentrated it. Vendar, you should collect that dried acid powder.
I was thinking about it.
God.
You said that, I immediately thought, I wonder if I can use that.
Alright, anything further, Jebel?
No.
Okay. Leah.
Right. Well, now everyone has moved in, except Vermendis and mine. Can I hit Big Blob from here?
And you
Do I
hit
have
Big
a
Blob
line of
from
sight?
here. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna sit here and Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Go for it. You have advantage. Because it is fairy fired.
Okay, then I crit. That was a 2 and a 20 on that.
Alright. Critical damage.
Oh, the one I hexed is has moved out of line of sight, so this is the one that the big one that's not hexed.
Yeah, correct. The one that you hexed moved out of line of sight. Right,
24.
24 points of force damage. Alright. That was with one Eldritch Blast? Damn.
Yeah, that was
Crit, that's right. 2d10 plus
yeah.
7.
Yeah. So it was
Yeah.
a 7 plus 7 plus 9.
Nice. Just roll 3 crits.
Yeah, nah, that's not gonna happen.
Not with that attitude.
You never know.
But I already rolled, so it's not. Yeah.
Alright.
Math.
You hit. You hit. You didn't
Oh,
crit,
right,
but the
yeah,
only way you
yes.
can miss is on a 1.
Right, yeah, because it was a 3 and 8 some dice. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, damage.
Uh, 12.
12. Nice. Alright, still standing. Or
Okay.
sitting, marinating.
Last
I don't
is also a normal hit, a 12 and a 17.
Alright. Damage.
11.
11. Look at you. Alright, it is still up. What are you gonna do?
I still can't say that number without thinking about that Scottish skit. I can't leave my head.
11.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do anything else.
Okay.
I'm sitting fine here.
Alright. Larabendus.
Okay. I...
Coward.
Yes.
You gonna snipe under Yuki's arm there?
Yeah, I can see one.
Yeah,
that is
you got like a
still
little
alive.
You got a little nipple worth over there you can see.
Excellent. Does that one have fairy fire on it?
They all do, yes.
Okay.
It's also
That
hexed.
is a crit!
Wow. Everybody crit. Everybody crit.
Okay. So that'll be
Poison.
46 points of necrotic damage.
46 points of necrotic damage. Kirk Blah.
Just like peek around the corner and like throw my hand, and from my hand, just like, you know, it just like
Your
launches
stupid
right over
skeletal hand just goes
Yukikaze.
over and just gives it a massage and it dies.
I really hit the spot.
Oh.
So I don't know what HP it had, but it's very easy to assume that it's now extra dead.
It's extra dead, yeah. Yeah.
And then I am going to move here.
Fucking
End my turn.
There's your target, Raiken. Alright, Raiken. It is your turn. You are adjacent to the big guy who's damn hurt.
Damn hurt that I can do nothing to.
Can you tell? Can we tell that a blob is?
So, parts of it are dried up and cracked off. It's moving even more sluggishly than normal. It's having trouble maintaining its pseudopods. Because bloodied is a condition in the game, Sometimes it is harder to tell. This is harder to tell, but it's hard enough that it's showing. You want to run away? You want to bravely run away?
Raiken doesn't bravely run away, or run away in general.
Kuros was like, you could run away.
I could punch it, or headbutt it,
with a punch?
or kick it. Yeah, I think Raiken is just going to use his lay on hands.
Okay. Reasonable. And then bravely run away.
No.
Oh, okay. Fine. Alright, you lay on hands. Yukikaze, you see Raiken healing himself.
Okay.
And there's still a pudding behind him. He's hogging up all that delicious acid damage you could be storing.
A wise tactician doesn't take more damage than he needs to. I'd rather not.
That damage for Raiken.
But your shield can hold 50 points.
Yeah, but I still have to take half the freaking damage.
Which is only 50 points.
I am no longer bloody, by the way.
Yay. Yukikaze, Raiken is looking much better.
That's good. Alright. So... I guess all I can do is frickin' go punch him.
You can punch him. Punch it. Do some bludgeoning damage, and, I don't know, you could smite if you wanted to.
And I can move forward without stepping in the freaking ones that are on the ground.
It might be safest for you to go here and then through Raiken. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me.
Okay. I'll do whatever I need to safely get through that.
That's what I would do. Which will get you through safely.
Alright.
So it's 5, 10, 15, 20 to get there, so you'd still have 10 more feet of movement afterward. Use however you wish.
Alright, I'm not gonna move anymore. I'm just gonna move up to him and go at him with go at it with punching it with radiant fists of with shining fists.
With radiant fist of radiance.
This hand of
These
mine
are
is
holy
burning red.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It tells me to defeat you.
So I'm gonna use. I haven't used any today, so I should have all of them available.
Alright, so you're going to roll your punch attack, which is an unarmed strike.
Yep. Which is this. Oh, that's right. You don't roll the damage. It's just flat damage.
Generally, yeah. But you'll get the plus 3d8, so it's fine. So it'll be strength plus 1 in damage, but the to hit is whatever your unarmed strike says it is, which is your strength modifier.
Alright,
You
dice.
get your proficiency bonus too, so...
Oh wait, this thing I have advantage on this because is this one still illuminated?
Yep, you have advantage, correct.
Okay. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so 27 to hit it.
Yeah, you're hit.
So 12 radiant damage, along with my 6 bludgeoning.
Okay. It's still standing.
God damn it.
Got a little smidgy of health left. You took it so close, though, man.
Okay.
Well, wait. you can still attack again. You've got 2 more attacks.
Yeah, I get 2 more
Punch
bludgeoning.
it again.
Frickin' punch it to death.
It is going
Just
to
beat it to death with your bare hands.
It is going to burst some acid at you for being melee attack, so take 5 points of acid damage.
Which I still get to do the absorb, right?
You got to roll the thing, but yeah.
Okay. Alright, Raiken's in range, so...
So you get a plus 11.
15 plus such...
You're fine.
18.
Yeah.
18. And this is for my melee. I rolled a nat 20 on that one.
Alright, that's a crit. So you're gonna, just so that you know, you're going to take 2 points of damage, store 2 points of damage.
Yep.
And then you can roll your critting with your punch is, there's no die roll, but we'll just call it two times your strength modifier plus 1.
You sure?
I'm fine with it. I don't care.
2 times strength modifier plus 1?
Yeah.
That'd be 23.
Your strength modifier is 10.
Oh wait, saving throw. I was looking at strength. 10. 11 damage.
Okay, 11.
I was looking at my saving throw, sorry.
Alright. So, are you going to smite is the question.
No, I'm gonna punch it,
Okay.
and then on my last one, and
So
then
it was 11 points of damage. Alright, that's fine. 11 points of bludgeoning damage, which, double check, but that should be totally takeable. Immune. Yeah, no. Okay. Yep, that's going to push it over.
Sweet.
The guy
I
who
really-
didn't want to get touched by it, just getting up there and punching the fuck out of it.
Well, you said if I want smite, is I don't want to touch this longer than I have to.
Alright, take another 7 points of acid damage as it just bursts into a puddle on the ground.
And we'll roll again.
Yeah, you're gonna make at least a 15.
I easily made that.
Okay, then take 3 and store 3.
Alright, so 3 more damage. I am bloody. Yukikaze is not looking so hot.
Alright, with that, everything you can see in the room is done.
Combat's over.
Combat appears to be over.
I'm going to switch my bowstring back to the fire bowstring,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put 3 more vials of purple worm poison into my doing.
Alrighty.
Nightmare, you should come up here and make sure there's no traps.
And
First.
then I will do that.
I'm just gonna stay where I'm standing. I ain't gonna move.
Raiken, you just kind of hear like a light little sizzling noise and you smell chicken.
And I smell chicken.
Yeah. You notice that this smell seems to be coming from Yuki.
Yuki, why are you cooking chicken?
Do I get some of that crap on me?
He's got little drops of and little spills and splashes of acid just kind of all over him.
Why? I need to press his vegetation, please. I need to get clean. It's gross and it hurts a little. Well, it more tickles, but it will hurt.
I will go up and I will make sure there are no traps.
Alright. What is your perception?
Pretty sure it's my base 29.
Alright. You don't spot any mechanisms designed to hurt you from here. Looking around, you don't see any tripwires, you don't see anything that gives you an idea that a trap is there.
I will go up to the chest.
Okay.
I'm casting Produce Flame, so I'm holding a little ball of fire in my hand.
Okay.
I'm looking at
I'm
the chest to
stepping
see if
into
I
the
see any magic glow.
I will check the chest for traps.
Okay. You don't see a magic glow. You're checking the chest for traps. You step into the room, Jebel. You illuminate it with your produce flame. These bodies on the ground are still, like, they're puddles of acid. You can hear the sizzling. It smells acrid in here now as the stone is hissing lightly. And they're still giving off dim light. Larmendus. My guy. My dude.
Yes. I walked into the room, and then I misty stepped to here, so I didn't need to deal with whatever the fuck was going on with the oh, okay.
You misty step, and immediately a slime falls on you. We're back in combat!
Damn it, Lair!
I was like, someone's going to trigger that. Come on.
I waited until he moved under it. You couldn't have possibly gotten out of here without it. Oh.
Also, did people not know that was there?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Because if you had noticed it, then Laramendus would not have teleported under it.
Yukikaze is blind as a bat, thank you very much.
I didn't notice it with my 29 perception.
No.
Damn.
Not at the time you were checking. They are really good at hiding in dark spaces.
Yeah, Leah can see in all darkness, but I can't. Like, I didn't specifically look in that direction.
And Jebel didn't move in until you started working with the in a dark space, the dark vision isn't going to help much. Remember, the only light in here was dim light being given off by the bodies.
No, because Yukikaze has light on his shield.
Yeah, it has light cast on it.
Laramendus has ash bright, but it wouldn't have mattered because he was outside. But...
Yes, it still evaded your perception.
Yeah, they're good at hiding.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, Leah has a passive perception of 18.
Alright, Laramendus, please make me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm not great at those. I'm going to use this die.
It is funny that you didn't want to step in it, instead got coated in it.
Is an 18 on die, which is a 21 unless I am within 30 of Raiken, in which case it's a 24.
Damn. Not bad. Unfortunately, not good enough.
What did I need?
A 26.
God.
Guys are in the big leagues now.
Yeah, I realized that when I took 134 damage from creatures in one round.
It could have gone better for you.
I'm very glad I switched to the fire bowstring and refilled my poison in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm very glad I didn't take that amount of damage because at max health, that would have killed me.
Right. So, Laramendus, please take 30 points of acid damage.
Okay, that is a lot.
You are just existing inside this ooze
Yeah,
at the moment.
This is uncomfortable.
It's still the ooze's turn, since we had left off on Yuki, and we're just gonna continue the combat round.
Laramendus just got slimed like in those Nickelodeon shows.
So we do enter round 4 of combat after all. It was just like 30 seconds of reprieve as people like kind of got themselves like a bit situated and then right back in. All right.
I've been badly situated considering we were just grouped.
That is an 18 on Jebel's AC.
You hear a large sigh from Yukikaze.
It's time for you to get back in there and do the punching. Jebel, does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay. That is going to be 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
And 22 points of acid damage. And it's going to make another swipe at you with its pseudopod, getting a 22. So another 10 points and 22 points. Your armor is magic, right?
It is.
Okay, then your armor is fine. And
I am bloodied. Very bloodied.
It's eating Laramendis, and you're right there, so it has no reason to move. Vendar, you're opening the chest, but I imagine you would have just set the bow down next to you, so you can become aware of what's going on as literally you hear this splash and, I don't know, Lair, a cry of anxiety?
I think it's just like there's like bubbles popping from the ooze, and each bubble is like a portion of a scream.
God damn it! Yeah, let's spin around and I'll shoot it with my bow.
Okay.
That's 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
It's not immune to fire.
It's not immune to fire, and it's adjacent to an ally, so you have sneak attack.
I'm gonna roll it when he die.
I like that all I can see of Laramendis right now is his book. I kind of imagine that is, like, it's just your hand holding the book outside of the ooze.
Yeah, so, like, the book is magic, it's fine, but in his mind, like, in that moment of, like, that, like, you know, like, lizard brain panic moment, it's like, protect the book.
You know, it's so adjacent to an ally, it's literally on top.
It's like when I was a teen, I stumbled on the chair and I was carrying my a laptop in its bag, and my instinct was to toss the laptop in the air and not protect myself.
Fun. Did the laptop survive? Did you get hurt?
The laptop was just fine. It was just
good.
like I didn't toss it. I just like managed to just lay it on top of the stairs. But my face didn't survive.
Oh.
Alright, that's 44 fire damage and 45 poison damage.
Okay. So, 89 points of damage is what I'm hearing.
Yes, 89 points of damage.
Alright, it is immediately bloodied. Laramendis, it gets very warm inside.
Yeah, it's real uncomfortable in
very
here.
purple.
Just like watching like trails of poison like make their way towards my face.
Yeah. But you are protected because I'm gonna afford you like the engulf rules where you are there's no line of sight, no line of effect to you.
Because of the low, like my stream isn't in that high of a resolution right now. When I saw you renaming the ooze, I thought you renamed it Die Pudding Smiley Face.
Yeah. Okay. Jebel, you have produce flame in your hand.
I do, but I am disengaging and backing up.
Okay. Difficult terrain to go that way, but you can do it.
So that's 10.
Yep.
20.
Okay, a little splashy over there. Alright,
Oh.
you get there.
Either way, I have to get away. Because
Alright.
I am in a bad way. I'm not going to
You got
survive another
stinky
hit.
shoes now.
I wouldn't survive another hit.
Oh, okay.
But you may have been able to kill it with that flame.
At disadvantage.
And all that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, anything else after your disengage move?
No.
Okay.
That's it.
Leah.
Yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
You're gonna Eldritch Blast. Alright, let's do it.
I think, hold on, can I do it? Is there anything else I can do that's more exciting? No, man.
Can I do anything that's more exciting? Just remember you don't have advantage anymore because it's not fairy fired.
True, but that reminds me, I am going to use a bonus action to move the hex.
Okay, you move the hex. It is now hexed. So you may do the additional necrotic as well.
Does it have the same AC?
Yes.
Yeah, then I hit.
Okay. Damage.
11.
11 force. And necrotic?
3.
3. Alright, next attack.
My stylus. No, that is a hit.
Okay. Damage.
Just enough to not be a crit like there was a 19.
Boo. Dommage. Quel dommage.
I don't know why I rolled the d6. I was thinking that there's only 1 times x, isn't it? Or is it every hit? No, it's every hit.
Every hit.
Yeah, okay. Then that
No.
does
Give me the
count.
force.
The force is 15.
15.
And the necrotic is 1.
1. Still standing. One more attack.
Has 1 health left, doesn't it?
1 health.
Seriously, as if the necrotic was anything else, it would.
When it died.
Well, I do hit with the last one, so.
You hit? Alright. It dies and slowly sloughs off of Larabendus.
I think he was. I feel like there are like patches of his hair that are just gone. He's just. His clothing is falling apart. Now he's going to need to change into his magic robes.
That's right. You don't have magic clothing, do you?
Not that I'm wearing.
Gotcha.
I do have magic clothing.
No. I just meant like your normal combat attire is not
yeah,
magic.
my normal clothes are not magic.
Where's the guy with mending when you need him?
You can't mend this.
True.
The material is gone.
Right.
It's subsumed to the ether.
That's right, yeah, mending on the leg works like glue.
Yeah, it works like glue. It fixes a tear or a break. Okay, so combat is once again seemingly over.
I think Laramentus throws up.
You can get new clothes, but that trauma's staying with you.
I will go back to checking the chest for traps.
Alright, for the rest of you who are over here on this side of the room, you are aware that there is a ladder leading up through a hole in the ceiling. Not to entice you into a dangerous situation or anything.
I do this now.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to clean off Laramentus.
Thank you.
Here, keep
I think
going
he's still
through
like
the
in a
whole
bit of a
door.
shock, like enough of a shock that he didn't do it himself yet.
That's about 20. That's about a 20-foot square in there, is it?
I believe so.
And like in
yeah.
the corner.
Yeah.
I'm casting fairy fire in that square just to be on the safe side.
Okay.
Yeah, after I've cleaned up Laramentus, I'm just, with my, I can see in all darkness vision, I'm gonna just look at the ceiling to see if I can find any pudding.
Hello.
I'm going to look for pudding on the ceiling. That's
There's come to talk with you again.
I assumed that you had all looked in the ceilings closely.
We didn't say anything.
This is what I
just
get
looked.
for stabbing my cat.
You drop fairy fire and nothing gets highlighted.
Listen,
Hooray.
Alex knew that there was something over there. Raiken didn't.
I drop fairy fire again on this side.
Okay. You drop fairy fire again. Yeah, sorry, I dropped my die on the floor and had to find it. And again, nothing new shows up. The room appears clean.
You guys is gonna look himself over still. Is he still sizzling?
You've been like sweeping it off with your hands, with your magic armor, and just try to get it off of the gauntlets. No, you seem to be okay now.
Okay, so okay. Seeing, no, I want to know if I am still good. I'm looking very good. Am I good?
You don't feel any stinging or tickling, and the smell of cooked chicken is ebbing.
I was gonna say Raiken's like, yeah, I can't smell any more chicken really.
Can I just rub some blood on it to dilute it because I'm bleeding all over the place?
Oh, wait a second. That's Laramentus there. Laramentus has to make a deck save.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that when you didn't see not Laramentus light up, Laramentus was glowing when you cast fairy fire on him. I assume that when only Laramentus started to glow, you dropped concentration. But like, if you want, you can keep concentration on it.
We made effort to come in this room. Bender, can you please keep checking for traps so we can get what we need out of here and go? Or want out of here?
What do you think I'm doing?
Okay, just making sure.
I will, after a moment, drop
Hey, I
concentration.
got a nat
on-
20 on the check, so that's actually higher than my base.
Alright. You scour this
34.
chest. You literally, he's like crawling around, looking along the back. You see him running his fingers very gently along the back, around the sides, checking the ground. He takes out like a little duster, like a little brush, and starts sweeping in very small lines of dust around the base of the thing, like just going to town, making sure that this isn't connected to any external trap that he can find, and that there's no internal mechanism that he can discover. You don't find anything.
Alright. Leah, is this chest magic?
It is not, Leah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Don't go there.
Then I will attempt to open it. Is it locked?
It is not locked.
What is inside?
What is inside is a small stone tablet carved with dwarvish letters.
I will pick the tablet up.
You have the tablet. I will note that the little pile of gold and such around the base of the chest, that is there. There are gold and gems and things piled around it.
Those are in my bag now.
Those are in your bag now. Alright, yeah, please, add, 550, GP to your, money count.
Nice.
Cha-ching. And now you're cursed from the tablet.
Return the snap.
Oh, suffer my curse.
I slap.
And I'll take the tablet over to the light, and I'll try to read the tablet. What's it say?
You speak Dwarvish, right?
Yes.
Okay. It says, in Dwarvish, in very flowery, old poetic prose, foolish adventurer. As stated above, there is naught to be found here. Take these paltry riches and save yourself by leaving. This is your final warning.
Well, that's ominous. Too bad we don't really have a choice in the matter, so... What do we put the ladder?
Are you saying that to the party?
Yes, I will hand Laramendus the tablet.
Laramendus, you have a stone tablet with a dwarvish warning written on it.
Okay.
And then I will go to the ladder and check for traps.
You do find a tripwire.
I will attempt to disarm it.
Alright, use your sleight of hand.
Very high.
Alright. You manage to safely disarm it.
30. Okay. And if I'm sure there are no more traps, I will climb the ladder.
Alright, party. Vendar is ascending the ladder away from you, up through a hole in the ceiling.
Before we go, I will tell, but before we go up there, I am going to change into magical clothing that is not falling apart. I pull out my magic robes.
Yeah,
I will
make
wait
sure
until
everyone,
he's changed.
make sure everyone's ready before we move forward. We don't want to get too far apart.
So are you all going to follow him up this ladder?
Let me check before you do. Can I roll a hide to sneakily go up the ladder?
You can roll hide.
23.
23. You climb up the ladder. And you see that you are in a room that is illuminated by lit torch sconces around the edge. You can also see that at the far west side of the room, the ceiling is caved in, and a large hole gapes in the stone. as sunlight pours in from outside.
But there doesn't appear to be anything else in the room.
You can see that there are a couple sprung traps on the west side of the room, potentially sprung by the collapsing of the ceiling.
Okay. Alright guys, doesn't look like there's anything up here. Let's continue down the hallway. I'll climb back down the ladder.
Okay. You said your passive perception is 29?
Yep.
Okay. You hear this breath as you head back toward the ladder.
Okay. I'm gonna climb back down the ladder.
Okay.
So, I heard something breathing up there. But I couldn't see anything, I couldn't sense anything. There's a hole to the surface in that room.
Is it a recent hole?
Did it look recent?
I mean, the torches were lit. And the torches down here aren't.
The room was lit with a bunch of torches, so... I'm not sure how recent the hole is, but it doesn't appear that someone had been there fairly recently.
I
didn't go into the room, so it's possible it was just around the corner of the wall.
Oh, it smells tickling my nose.
Yes.
I can push the pen and see if it'll give us a direction from where we're standing. I don't know how well it will do for us.
You may do that.
And this is the green one, isn't it, right?
Green and red.
Green and red. I'll press the green first.
Okay. The pendant floats up off your palm and spins in the air slowly before the green point of it seems to point back toward you on level, like parallel to the ground, and then it begins flashing rapidly.
So it's kind of, it must be, I wonder if there's a room nearby, because it's pointing on our level and it's rapid, so I want to say it might be in an adjacent room. Is that, Larry, you're standing here, is that what you would think, right?
I wanted to confirm that they didn't leave through the hole in the ceiling in the other room.
It seems to be pointing to the northeast.
Is that towards the door?
Pointing, like, at the wall. It's pointing, like, at the chest.
Okay. It's probably just further into the dungeon a little bit. There was that open door down the hallway.
That's what I'm thinking also. And then I'll press the red to see what the red does.
Okay. Again, it spins momentarily above your hand before doing exactly the same thing, but in red.
The same direction?
Mm-hmm.
Probably in the same place.
Same place. So it didn't point off or anything, so I don't think we have to be in the upper room.
Alright, so let's continue down the hallway. Remember, there are traps in the hallways, so be very careful. And follow my lead.
Okay, so you head back out into the hallway where the spike trap was revealed by Yukikaze earlier, and begin heading toward the final door in this corridor. Does everybody follow?
I do.
Yeah, Raiken does.
No.
Yeah, I will also, but I'll be pushing to be in the front.
Alright. Jeb, do you still have Produce Flame in your hand?
Yep.
Alright. You want to be in the front. That's fine. Alright, so you've got several light sources. Did you heal yourself at all, Jibble?
I hit myself a little bit, yeah.
Okay, just checking. Everybody else.
Anyone, Laramendus looks very hurt.
Hold on.
Maybe we should take a short rest.
Short rest is 1 hour.
It's up to you guys. You're the ones that are hurt. I'm still in
There
good
is
shape.
a green dragon that was approaching the area because we were doing things here. So I don't
Yeah,
know
I
that
now
we
wanna-
have the time for a short rest.
Okay. Then I will
Yeah.
carefully proceed forward, checking for traps every step of the way.
And we are still very close to the
floors and walls.
surface.
I crawled down the hallway, an inch at a time, looking for traps.
I'm keeping my eyes to the ceiling a lot, like checking for pudding.
You watch the ceiling. As you do, you will notice that now and then you'll see a little shot of dust fall from the ceiling, and you'll hear the clatter of the little grains of stone as they hit the floor around you. This place feels old and decaying. You don't see any puddings, even with the light.
Yeah. And to be clear, I'm not walking with my head up in the sky. I'm like checking periodically. I don't want to accidentally step into a trap.
Oh no!
And
Yeah, like that.
I want to stay on the left too, because I think it's less likely for there to be.
Okay.
Laramendus can gain 18 hit points.
I am exactly at bloody.
You continue moving forward. Vendar, you continue seeing nothing.
Can I like hold him on a fishing rod? Just hold him up.
I mean, you're probably strong enough to just grab him under the arms and walk forward, and, like, just holding him up to surfaces so that he doesn't touch them, and instead is able to look at them.
If you really want.
Am I
Wanna
allowed to
carry me
cast
down the hall?
shield every turn?
To try and recharge your shield.
Yes.
It's a reaction. What's the trigger?
Getting hit. Can I like hit my hand and
Give a light slap to the face.
I think someone else
Give me
has
a
to hit
shield.
you.
it doesn't say that.
We're going with barbarian rules. Raiken, you want to slap Laramendus for me?
20 times.
Sure, right. If Laramendus is asking, I can just slap him.
Okay.
I mean, I would prefer somebody who doesn't have a strength modifier.
Listen,
sorry, you
my
guys are
strength
the ones at the back.
modifier is like.
I feel like
is that just-
Leah's the one that he would ask
It's-
to
it's
involve
fine.
in this.
my strength modifier is only +6.
Oh yeah, so that means anytime you do manage to hit a 21.
Look, I'm going to say that even going slow, it's going to take you about 3 rounds to get down this hallway. 4 tops.
Okay. And I didn't find any traps all the way down the hallway.
No, so far everything looks good. So I will ask you again, Larry. You can have Leah do it. She'll be able to get 4 attacks off on you. I can get 8.
I think I would prefer Leah. I don't want to undo, so many of the fucking shields. So Larman just holds out his arm and is like, okay, hit me.
Alright, fine. You're able to get back 8 points.
I'm in the doorway now.
Alright, with your dark vision, and as you guys head down this hallway, you feel pressure increasing, pushing your shoulders down, your bodies toward the ground, making each step, a bigger struggle. Not nearly as bad as when you were holding the Scale of Elsamenth. But that could just be distance. As you enter this doorway, Vendar, you are going to see a room that is dimly illuminated by some glowing crystals hanging from a stone archway that seems to curve its length over a large and ornate altar or pedestal that seems to contain 2 glass spheres. You can see that scattered on the ground, on the floor here, are several weapons and bones.
I think we found the room, and it's not friendly looking.
As you step into the doorway, you're going to feel the stone around you vibrate in a minor way, buzzing beneath the soles of your boots as a deep voice rings out and says to you in common, 1,000 years ago, this place was built to house and vouchsafe the one tool which could be used to return the living miasma to this world. The voice appears to be coming from within the room, but you do not see a source.
Did everybody hear that? I will telepath.
All of you heard that voice.
Yepper.
Yoips.
Essen. Alright, I will say out loud. Okay, we're here to get the scale so that we can return Bala and back into so we can reseal Bala. She has been awakened.
Great warriors of the distant past wielded these objects to stop the children of Tiamat when they reigned terror over these lands. Since their fall, the dragons, their kin, their broods, thrived in their absence. It almost sounds like a nature tour, like a zoo pre-recorded voice telling you the story of whatever diorama you're looking at.
I'm not sure if this is something that's talking back to us or is just saying something on record.
You wish to use these scales, then you must make a bargain.
That sounds fun.
Bargains can be fun, if you're willing to look at them so.
Well, that answers whether it's responding or not.
Step forward, human.
You guys want to come in
You're
too?
human.
I will slowly take a step forward.
One more. Step, that is. Stop there.
I'll be in the doorway.
Look beneath your feet.
Okay. I look beneath my feet.
With your perception, you do see that there is a trap on the next square.
Okay. Can I disarm it?
And they roll to disarm.
Get 23? Yes, 23.
These blades spring out of the ground and stay locked in position as though triggered. What was your question, Malachi? Can you enter?
No, I said I was going to position myself in the doorway.
I see. You hear a sigh of breath from within the room as says, "Good." You are everything I had come to expect. Tell the others to follow you in, but go no further than you have. There are other such traps in here.
Okay, I will relay that. If I need to. Come in, but don't go further than me. So try to follow behind me.
I would like to make an Arcana check.
You may make an Arcana check.
I'm not gonna use that die. That die's on the ground. I'm gonna use that die, which didn't roll great. What did the other roll, out of curiosity? I did barely better, so that is a 27 on my Arcana.
Floor die, save me!
The floor die was an 8 on die, and the other die was a 7 on die, so it was a 27.
What would you like to know, Arcana-wise?
So I'm trying to determine what, like, if this is some spell or magical item, like what would be going into, because it's obviously interacting with the people here, so it's.
And at the very least,
an
it
item
is
or
sentient.
spell or extremely well programmed,
Yeah.
like with a lot of different things.
Effectively
Which
sentient.
with enough time,
Yeah.
you can just have a lot of magic mouths that have pretty much run the whole gamut.
Well, you can't see the whole room from outside of it, but you haven't seen a magic mouth. It feels like Vendar's interacting with an intelligence that is capable of seeing what he is doing in real time and responding to him. So it doesn't feel terribly likely that this is a clever series of magic mauls. It could be an item through which someone is scrying and through which they can speak, or it could be a creature with greater invisibility.
Yeah.
Those seem the most likely to me.
That was what I was expecting.
So, are you guys going to keep the scary invisible voice waiting?
No.
I will telepath Jebel. Can you cast Fairy Fire in there?
Are you gonna
I'm
respond?
concerned. So I was like, can you cast Fairy Fire in there? I'm concerned that there is an invisible creature that's taking advantage of the situation.
Yeah, I shall cast.
So you're going to move
Where
up to
do
the
we want
doorway
this?
and cast.
Yeah, where does that mean? Yeah, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20.
And Leah, if you can cast Detect Magic, because you can still detect that there is magic around if something is invisible. You just can't target it to find out more than there is magic afoot.
Let me just do something. Okay, so I can see
There, I think.
Okay. You start casting Fairy Fire, and you find yourself counterspelled.
Woohoo! And I will just say, well, okay, that's unusual.
It's not unusual that something's denying you.
You're
It's
going
like-
to hear a much harsher version of this voice. It seems to be the same speaker based on the trill and the tremolo of it, but this time it sounds harder, angrier, and it speaks in Draconic. It says, "None of that now, don't spoil the surprise. Move in and talk to me, or die."
Can I see
No.
anything?
You cannot. Not in that range. There's
Okay,
nothing there. Nothing in that distance from you.
Right. Because I have witch sight, so I can see any the true form of any shape changer or creature concealed by illusion or transportation magic within 30 feet.
It is not within
damn it,
that
I forgot about
sphere.
that too.
Maybe we don't piss off the giant scary voice.
Back in common it says, "That seems a wise idea. You
Okay, then.
must be the Draknir."
Okay, then I am going to risk this. I walk up to Vendar.
Whatever they say is it sure knows a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to stand next to Vendar. Be like, yeah.
I just imagine that you're telling the party not to piss it off out loud as opposed to telepathically so that, you can make a show of trying to comply with it.
Yeah.
Others?
I'm behind Yuki-Gaza, so...
Yuki, you gonna go in?
Yep, I am not being afraid.
Okay. Raiken, are you gonna go in?
Raiken's last. So
I know, I'm just asking. Do you intend to go in?
I mean, what do you think? Raiken doesn't shy away from anything.
Are you gonna start pushing the people in front of you to go in? This thing seems impatient. Is it just threatened to kill you in Draconic?
He's going to grab Laramendis and Jebel and carry them in.
Very well.
There's a loot in here.
Yuki-Gaza, you said yes, you're going in, you're not afraid?
Correct.
Okay. Just making sure, because your character didn't move.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. There, now it continues in common again. Isn't this cozy? Now then. You intend to be quite the thorn in the side of children of Tiamat, don't you? You voice of change.
Now, do I see anything in
Yes,
within 30 feet
you
of me?
do see a thing concealed by illusion magic as you enter and get close enough. You can see it perched on top of the archway, looking down at you, large, crowded against the ceiling of this room.
What does it look like? Okay.
It looks like a dragon. And as you're watching it, you see in your vision the illusion magic peels away, and all of you find that you are being stared down upon by a blue dragon.
Yeah, before as soon as I see it, I will start saying it in a telepathic bound.
Mm-hmm.
So that there is a dragon up there.
So, moments before it becomes visible to you, you hear Leah tell you it's a dragon.
Yep.
It sneers at you with its reptilian smile and says, "You are the voice of change, and you will call me Azure Eye."
As in Azure Eye, as in the gem.
Or AZURI.
Azurai.
Okay.
Azure Eye. It's blue lightning.
Fair.
I get it, Raiken. Bye. Lightning.
He gets it! You will make a deal with me if you want these scales. No, he says, dragging out the word long and dragging his eye across all of you, forcing eye contact and drawing out this dramatic pause. That I want you to have the scales. I do not wish to fight you, them. And I believe that we can be allies. That sounds better than fighting, doesn't it?
It does.
You see, he, kind of closes his eyes, raising his nose a bit toward the ceiling, and you can hear the pulling in of air through his nostrils as he sniffs. And he says, "Some of you most certainly would not survive were we to fight. But I'm not here to predict outcomes of fights we don't need to have. Are you heroes, mortals, willing to work with me to achieve your goal?"
Depends on the deal.
Does it? Well, we'll just put a pin and say, yes, there is a deal you'd be willing to make with me, and move on from there. Now then, 2 of my associates are outside, making sure that no one comes to help you, or that you leave without having heard me out. They will not hurt you, assuming I tell them we have an agreement. Just so that all of the important cards, is it? Your people still use cards, right?
Yeah.
Are on the table. I'm glad one of you is brave enough to speak. What's your name?
Leah.
Leah. Elven name. I have eaten many elves. You're not going to give me reason to eat you, are you?
I sure hope not.
Oh. I like this. I think we can work together. Now then, you are familiar with Tiamat's children, Bala and Carasoth.
Yes.
Yes.
I have here their scales, and I am willing to give them to you in exchange. You will find a 3rd scale and deliver it to me. Does that sound reasonable? 2 for 1.
Would the scale happen to be the blue scale?
My progenitor, or my grandfather at least, Elsamanth. Yes. You know where it lays?
Do we? I don't know.
Yeah, I out of character, I can't remember if we know or not.
Can't remember. I mean, out of character, we're holding the blue scale.
Oh. That would make sense.
With us right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, that would make sense. Okay. I remember the blue, that when something was happening with the blue scale.
Okay.
I am working with my grandfather. Make sure that he is the only greater dragon that remains when this is over. None of us wants Tiamat back.
That's the impression I've been having too.
Well, I will telepath to the party. It sounds like we could just switch to make an Elsmint the one that we leave alive and not Carasoth. We haven't talked to him yet, so.
Can I make a check? What do I know about the nature of blue dragons?
You may roll Arcana.
let's use floor die. Now that it's not on the floor anymore.
Yes.
That is real fucking good. That is a 39.
Holy crap.
39.
I got a 19 on top.
You know literally everything about Blue Dragon.
Very nice. Blue dragons, according to all of your studies in magic up to this point, are known for several important things. Not all of them are universally adhered truths, but they are general facts that can be counted upon. And when they're not true, they're usually pretty straightforward and obvious. For one, they tend to live in deserts. Blue dragons like sandy, dry areas, badlands, rocky coasts. You know that they are fiercely territorial of these areas, and any who enters anywhere near their domain can generally count upon having given up their life in doing so. Another thing that you know is that they are vain. They love themselves and view themselves as lords over their domain, and everyone beneath them, minions who have come to either pay homage or give their lives in sacrifice to them. They will not stand for any remark or insinuation that they are weaker or inferior to someone or something else. So, best not to bring up that he's not as strong as another dragon if you want to stay on his good side. You know that blue dragons covet valuable and talented creatures whose service reinforces their sense of superiority. So him coming and trying to push the party into this alliance, you can see as him making you his tools.
Yeah.
You know that they are hoarders of gems and shiny things. They collect anything that looks valuable, and are especially fond of gems, considering blue to be the most noble and beautiful of colors. They covet sapphires, favoring jewelry and magic items adorned with sapphires. And then they tend to bury their loot in their hoards in ways that make it incredibly difficult for other creatures to excavate and retrieve. But yeah, that is their place where they usually live, their general personality, and their wants and desires. Need anything else?
Out of character. It's out of character. If we switch over to the Elsmith and he gets the desert in like where Garland was, that means it's gonna suck to go back to Garland and investigate it.
It's also
That
like
was my plan for the
populated in
future.
world. You might have to give up that plan. Besides, Garland wasn't there anymore, man.
That my spell fixes. So in character, I telepath to everyone what I know about the nature of blue dragons.
That sounds like
gonna
that
answer.
would
Yeah.
fit with our plan, especially since they're coming to us about essentially our same plan.
Yes, and deserts. Not many humanoids live in deserts.
Yes,
it can be easy to find a good location for them.
Yeah, Torlos is mostly is it Torla? Yeah, it's mostly empty desert with no one living there anyway. So
Excuse you.
I said mostly.
That's my home.
But you don't
Your
live in
people are
all of the
nomadic.
desert.
They could go somewhere else.
Yeah, you could kind of say I was willing to give up my home for Carasoth, so you can give up your desert.
Honestly, this sounds like better than working with Carasoth.
Is Carasoth probably worse?
I mean, we already have an open dialogue. I say we go for it. We have the blue scale, right? This is still telepathic, obviously.
I just like that nobody answered Yuki.
What was his question?
Do we think that Carasoth is going to be worse than Alsamonth?
I think that they are both the same level of catastrophic.
Yeah, I would say
In the grand
all
scheme
the
of things.
Well, because yeah, I mean, these were the only two that we were even going to try to make a deal with. So just from that standpoint, I think all of us kind of figured they were on the same level. It would just be which one would we actually maybe get. We thought Carasoth was going to be
honestly,
the
this
easier
seems
one.
like it would just much further. It would make our plan go much quicker. I say we agree to this plan.
I also agree.
Me too.
Okay.
Does it? And he also seems to already be conspiring against the others. So.
Not to
So
mention,
we don't have to convince. We would have to have convinced Carasoth, but we already know that Elsamanth here is working against the others. So.
Well, maybe. Let's not rule out that the other dragons might also conspire against each other.
True, but we don't know that. I guess it's also possible he's lying here, but it seems like
Can I
if
make
he
an
wasn't.
insight check on the dragon?
You can go, try.
That is a 23. I imagine it's deception or persuasion or both extremely high, but
As far as you can tell, it seems sincere. Azure Eye seems to genuinely wish for an alliance with you to keep Tiamat from being summoned and to keep Elsamanth on this plane.
I mean, working with a brood who could assist us in the putting down the other ones would make that fight easier. We know that the Red Brood might be more difficult to convince because they're not paying as close attention to their...
Yes, this seems to not only work within our plans, but much better than how our plans were going to go. I mean, this seems to be a very good thing for us.
and we're getting the green and red scale for it. We already know where the white scale is, so we'd only have to figure out where the black one is then.
We know where the black one is.
Okay. That he didn't say that part though. So, and we all know where the other two are. So,
is there a private conversation going on here?
We were considering your deal, and after some internal discussion, we are going to accept your deal.
He, lowers his head down so that it's as close to the ground as it can be from his perch, and bares many short sword-long teeth at you, rolling back his reptilian lips, and hisses, "Good. Elsamanth will be pleased to hear this report."
One question.
Yes, Leah.
How do you know so much about us?
How do I, a great and old dragon, find information in a world that I rule the skies of? Birds tell me. Birds tell me many things. But that is me being
Birds
facetious.
do like to spread rumors, that is true. And we are speaking back to the asshole birds he spoke to when she could speak with animals.
I like this elf. I am being facetious. Birds have little to say to me, but I have my own information networks and I have tapped them greatly over the last several centuries, preparing for this moment. In exchange for Elsament's beautiful scale, I will guarantee on my name as his spawn your safety from anything he wishes for this world. I will also work sincerely hard to get you an audience with him so that you may make requests, boons for your service once he is the sole remaining child of Tiamat. How does that find you a fancy? Pretty good,
That works for us.
It sounds like a very pleasantry and a great powerful dragon, and I'm going to curtsy.
He kind of like looks over the rest of the group after the curtsy, like hoping others will as well. But he ultimately returns his gaze to Leah and smiles in his reptilian way and says, "Then, my new friends, my allies in this fight for Amaranta, voice of change, as the mortals call you. Bring me Elsament's wonderful scale, and I shall give unto thee my bounty." He says, sweeping a claw over the green and red scales beneath him.
Is it Lair that is holding the scale in his bag?
Yes, Lair is holding the scale in his bag. The dragon appears to be dismissing you from the room to go about your quest.
Yeah, he clearly doesn't know we have it.
Do we want to try to do the exchange now? Do you have the scale on us? No? Okay.
But I remember this doesn't have it.
No, he does have it, but Jebel's saying he doesn't want to do the exchange now.
No, not right now.
Then I think we should go, and then we can talk more. Laramentus will bow. And then go to leave.
Vendor will give a short bow. We will return when we have the scale.
I think Laramentus, like, for most of that conversation, looked, like, visibly terrified to be this close to a dragon.
Yeah.
Don't take long to find it.
Yeah, Leah curtsy again and walks out.
Carasoth will be... Alright, Yukikaze Raiken, are you also departing from Azurai's presence?
Yes.
There.
Raiken will do a small kind of kneel a little bit, and then walk out.
With each, like, bow, curtsy, show of respect, you kind of see him, like, work his shoulders, and you almost see, like, the scales ripple over them. Alright. And Yuki, are you also departing?
I think... if he's there, I don't know if he's there. Yeah.
Oh, is he not?
Okay.
Alright. Are you gonna depart with the party?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, we are pretty far over time here, so we shall pick it up here next time. Where did the rest of the party get to?
Next time on Everybody Loves Raiken.
Sorry, I have a lot of background stuff going on at home.
I see. Alright. Raiken up top. Yuki, you want me to move you?
Yes, please.
Alright. So, with that, as we're over time, we'll end it there. You have agreed to a deal with Azurai, a descendant of Elsamenth, who wishes to protect Elsamenth from you at the cost of the other dragons. Alright, I'll end it and then I'll figure out what XP I owe you. Bye, stream!
Bye, stream.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.